Hey guys, K'ril here. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about killing K'ril Tsutsaroth in the God Wars dungeon and how I totally messed this up last time. I made a video that I shot with OBS that I'm probably not going to be able to show you because of the fact that my upload speed is terrible and it would probably take forever, where I talked about what I was going to do to get to the God Wars dungeon, what equipment I was going to use. Like, I filmed myself getting the entire kill count, which I realized was a total waste of time. So, based on what I had done before, if you want to do the teleport into the God Wars dungeon where it puts you past the rock, you'll have to do the Mighty Fall quest. You'll have to do the Mighty Fall quest, get 2 fire and 2 law runes, and then come here. So to get to the Zamorak encampment, you need 70 constitution, 70 hit points to swim the river, and your prayer will be immediately drained. I had said that I was not going to perk out my armor if you do have invention unlocked with venom blood so that you don't get poisoned, because K'ril can poison, and that ended up being my downfall because also, even though I brought anti-poison, I did not use it. I also did not know that if we go over here real quick, click open big door, the way to actually teleport out of the room once K'ril is dead is actually right click this altar and click teleport, because if you try to go back, this is a one-way door essentially. You can only go in by it, you cannot go out by it, which ended up being terrible for me because I didn't know that. I ended up clicking, I ended up in Death's office. It was just a terrible thing. But I was able to kill him once. Also, I brought lobsters, which is really dumb. I should have also brought a beast of burden here, but I didn't do that either. So K'ril also has a prayer smash attack where he will do, well, if you have prayers on like soul split or anything else like that, he can smash through it and hit harder. So basically when I do this, I don't use prayer unless I'm fighting, I can't remember who the magic one is. It might be Gritch here. If he's casting magic, the RuneScape wiki also advised to use protect from magic, so that, or deflect magic if you're on curses, to minimize the damage from him after K'ril is dead. And also to be on blood spells from Ancient, because blood spell counts as a fire spell and he's weak to that, but I have air spells. I also have I had a Staff of Light back then, which is a level 75 weapon, and I now have an Obliteration, which is, tier 87, and it costs a pretty penny. It costs like, I think I bought it for about 30 mil, so that's very expensive. You'll also have protection from the Zamorakian, Saradominist, Bandosian, and Armadillian forces when you come in here. For the Saradomin and Zamorak ones, I used the Ring of Devotion, which is basically a soft clay ring that after you fire it, you mold it into a ring, and after I think you fire it, you can get Father Eric at the Lumbers Church to bless it for you. And it's a Saradominist item, and it counts as protection in Saradomin's encampment, which you can use if you're like out in the common area over here, for lack of a better term, where all the forces are at once. Or if you've completed the quest that give you the Shard of Zaros, you can just equip that. For a Zamorak item, I use the Zamorak arrow. It's like, they're like not a lot of gold. I thought it was like 30 or 40, maybe less, maybe more, but it's very cheap. Also, certain creatures, if you have a lower Slayer level, you have to watch out for the spiritual mages, spiritual rangers, and spiritual warriors. They're like hellhounds and imps and other creatures you can kill, but you have to be careful and not use AoE abilities. Okay, so basically what I do is to get this armor and weapon and stuff like that, and just stand basically in this corner and just attack K'ril and the minions with the abilities with these AoEs until they all die. So I thought I would do a couple kills of that after I'd done that terribly windy review. of how I messed this up last time, and we'll get into it. But as I had mentioned, I did actually perk out my armor with Venom Blood this time so that I wouldn't have to worry about bringing anti-poison. The only problem with that is the fact that it's anti-poison. Eventually it wears off. And you also have to remember to keep applying it, because if K'ril does the attack where he poisons you, obviously you're going to need it. So let's see. If I were to create a custom encounter, I would have to spend 200k, which would mean basically that I would spend 200k, and for a whole hour, nobody could come in this room with me. That it would be total. I would have this room totally to myself for the next hour, and also I think it may cause K'ril to spawn faster. I'm not sure, but usually I have to figure out how to marshal the drops anyway. What I want to do, I should have brought a pack yak or something with winter storage scrolls or magic note paper or something of that nature, but I didn't do that either. All right, so I'm going to kill a K'ril a couple of times in the minions, and then that will be that. Whoops, I did that wrong. To click the actual enter encounter button. Okay, it's one way, and he threw a fireball at my face. Here we go. Keep an eye on our health. It's also good to keybind food as such, too. I have sharks on E in this case, so I can just press E. I'm getting hit a little bit harder because I don't want him to do the prayer smash attack, because it's, I just would rather not deal with, whoops, I'm almost dying here. I'm not paying attention. I would rather not deal with that while he was alive. Okay, K'ril's dead. And what's his face? Karlach is dead. Now he's dead. And now that is a heck of a lot of magic damage he's doing. Now these demonic ashes, I mean, you can either scatter them for prayer experience or just disassemble them like I'm doing. So like I run over here, and these drops are kind of meh. The drops you want to actually look out for would be like War Priest. Uh-oh. We've got some crashers. I maybe should have created that instance. I'm only planning on killing Zamorak, K'ril a couple more times anyway. Maybe once or twice, depending on how quick he spawns. And sometimes they also drop like attack potions, strength potions, depending on, or Zamorak brew potions, and depending on whether or not you use those extensively or not, you may want to save them. And it's also helpful here. He is again, the man of the hour, not. You also may want to save them simply because you'd want to sell them later as well, because they're relatively valuable if you don't want to use them yourself. And Gritch is over here doing, I don't know what. He should be over here by me if he wants to try to basically protect his general. He's slacking off. There we go. He finally clued into what was going on. But his boss is going to be dead here in a minute, so there's that. And I got a level 100 magic. Okay, here we go. So we got, whoops, I did that wrong. The super strength. Tuna potatoes are really good, strangely enough. They're good food for you to pick up because they heal slightly more than a shark does. So that's an excellent thing to pick up. The only problem with this is all these potions are now basically clogging up the inventory. All right. I mean, I'm gonna probably go for maybe one more kill of the generals in him, and then I'll pop out because I don't want this video to last forever. Also, I have this with the scavenging perk in Precise 3, I mean, it can be scavenging plus whatever you'd rather. I'm not really a perk expert, but I find that scavenging, since it gives you invention components randomly, I think is pretty cool. Here he is again. I can't figure out. Oh, I forgot. I can eat this pizza. Also, if you have a lower tier staff than an obliteration, you would do slightly less damage. I mean, when I had a staff of light, if I wouldn't have gotten poisoned and brought better food, I think I would have actually done okay the last time I decided to try to do this. So it's not terrible. Also, I have the AoE abilities on so that more can be attacked at once and they'll die quicker. I mean, I find that's relatively easy to do, or I mean, well, not easy to do, I mean easy to keep track of a little better, because of the fact that it helps that they're gone, that you bump them off sooner. I find, yeah, these drops, if you don't get a good drop, it's just kind of some runes, which is okay. Otherwise, it's pretty meh. All right, so like whenever you're done, if you don't have teleportation jewelry like a Ring of Wealth or Ring of Fortune or something, you can come over here real quick and click teleport on the Zamorak altar, and it'll put you right back out here. Which, of course, I would have to get 40 kill count to actually enter here again, which is okay. I mean, I don't really mind that. And I didn't want this to last too long. Anyway, that'll be the end of the video. If I am sometime in the far, far distant future able to upload the video that I mentioned before where I did a terrible job, when I talked about those mistakes, I mean, I definitely will do that, but I don't see a way to do it very soon. I could be totally wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I think these are worth more as a 4 dose, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that'll be the end of the video, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out here. Keep on going with your RuneScape journey and your life journey too, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.